Welcome back to the Fisher Family Farm. I'm Peyton Fisher, and on this week's video, we have some pretty incredible projects we're working on. First, let me show you what I just retired. So these shoes have been with me for several years, and I really got sick of every time I was walking, my feet would get wet in this mud over here. Got me some sweet boots. These are not cowboy boots. These are in between, halfway from cowboy to work boots. The trim is going to be one of the first things we really work on today. Dustin has already had half of this pallet moved all the way around to the edges. Another great thing is we had another rainstorm and there's no water in here. It feels so nice to not be getting wet anymore. We've got paneling and we're gonna start covering this baby up. That way we can get all of the electrical started. So many projects going on. Great weather right now. I made a run to Home Depot this morning and got a ton of this gaps and cracks, windows and doors, and pest block. Now this stuff allows you to seal the cracks. Plus, if you get little critters that are trying to crawl inside of your house and they try to chew through this, they're dead. I don't know if this stuff grows or not. I'm guessing it probably will a little bit. All right, anywhere the house meets concrete on the exterior, that's where this is gonna go. It's finally time to start the siding. The bug block has foamed out. We're gonna go ahead and slide our first piece right here. What's happening is we're shooting blank, but the good part about this is we'll have trim all the way around this. Take two. I'm so proud of our first piece of siding. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get the second one up. One of the most areas that I've been concerned about is where this wall bumps out, and I've been afraid of, are we gonna have bows? What are we gonna have? So what we've done here is we've got this plate in the middle where we're gonna span this, and then I'm gonna run an entire bottle of foam all the way through this. That way when we put our panel on, we'll be able to tack it here, 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 all the way down. All right, what we're gonna do now is Dustin's gonna move this board right here just to double check how we like that. This panel looks absolutely great in there, super hard. Very happy about that. Screwed up again. Down here, got a little excited with the router because there was a bump in this. It didn't grab a hold of it and I just went, "Whoa." So what we'll do here is we'll put some really big trim pieces right there to cover that up and then make a really big, huge entry trim, pretty something. What I should have done is waited until Dustin went inside and drilled holes in the four corners so I knew right where to go. Also, what we decided is instead of having this strip of OSB right here, is we're gonna pull this off. That way our sheeting starts to go a little bit flatter here. And then we're gonna run a strip of OSB all the way around that piece. That way our window will sit out just a little bit further. And when we run our siding over it, it's gonna make it nice and smooth. All right, we've got the 1.5 inch strip ripped out. Now that this is looking pretty flush here, we're gonna get this slapped on, finish up that up there, and pop, 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 pop. Check out this progress that we are making. What we're doing is we're having to put these Tapcon screws in here. We're making headway on all the bumps and the ripples and all this. And as soon as we're done with this right here, we're gonna go back to the other side and start with the top. That way we're gonna get all that blocked in too. The second layer is getting measured and going up right now. What I'm doing in preparation to cut this window out is I'm getting these holes cut out for the router. It's going in nice. We mess up on one, but we're gonna get the other one to make it work. All right, now it's time for this guy to come out. It'll be a nice window to let a bunch of light into this bathroom here. All right, this side looks great over here. We'll finish up Fascia and soffit another day there. We're just gonna keep cruising all the way around. We're gonna start cutting our strip for this guy right here. All right, what we've got going here is we are bracing this gap because that 3-inch bump out right there has made it just a huge bump on this. So what we're doing is we're making this here and then we're gonna put these guys right here to allow us to push the board in and get it a little bit closer on this top piece, and punching these guys to the wall So right there, he's still just poking out. So when I shoot it this second time, he's gonna just punch out right all the way in there. The amount of progress that's happening today is so awesome. We got literally the entire front of this done all the way down. Now you can see the lines are just a little bit off. Our trim piece is gonna come straight across the middle there and it won't even affect that at all. Got all of this done all the way around and all of that side. In here, what we've got is our main panel. And I just put these breakers in, nothing's hooked up yet. What I'm gonna do is put my block here. That way I can secure everything 12 inches from the box. Get all these holes drilled, and I'm gonna start getting these guys run over here to get everything prepped and ready, just starting to get things rolling. As each day nears the end, I love making everything look super clean, so I take my blower around, and I love getting everything clean. Every single day, gotta make it clean. That way the next day when we show up, it's just looking supreme. I've gotta share the difference between the whole hog, which is what an electrician uses all the time. Let me show you how fast this one goes through it. Let me show you what the whole hog does now. You can see literally how much faster it goes through. It's incredible. It just melts through stuff. I was almost gonna take this back until I really just decided, no way, this thing's way too awesome. And it drills holes so much faster than the standard drill that I'm gonna keep this guy. I'm so pumped right now that we are starting the full-on electrical work. We got holes, 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 holes. We got so many holes that are gonna be shooting out everywhere. This box is gonna come up, over, down. Now, one of the biggest things the electrician told me to do is make sure I label everything. Home run. I've been able to get the first 2 home runs that are coming from the refrigerator and the freezer right here. They come up, stapled down to the 12 inches over the box. It's so awesome to feel like you're making serious progress on a task that you're doing. This is my first time running a full house of electrical, and I didn't realize how much wire 10 250 feet bags of wire is. It's a lot. Now I've got the holes drilled to come up, over, down for the first one. I'm about to go back up, over, down, over, around the corner. And then I found over here, there wasn't some backing. So now I've got to go put some backing in over there to make it to where when we put our drywall in, we've got stuff to back into. It's a matter of finding all of these things as I'm going to make sure I'm prepped and ready for the next step. This morning we arrived here so early, we literally had to get lights on to start working, which is awesome because it's nice and cool out. It is still really, really muggy comparative to what we're used to in our climate. Now we do have to cut out doors and windows. We're gonna do that once we've got this whole thing cut out. That way we can just go zip, 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 zip. Well, got my hand pretty good. I was undoing the drill of all things and it just came down and hit the top of my hand. So Dustin looks like he's going out to his car to grab something and you're trying to just make good time. We're actually making great time. Mercurochrome chrome. He's trying to poison me, I think.
I guess we'll find out.
So this is what Dustin did to me now. I'm dying. No excuses for hurt hands. Get back to work. All right, we've got this little annoying piece right here that we're gonna have to cut an entire new piece from. Dustin just routed out this piece from the door. Every once in a while, a miracle happens. Like this. Ah! It gets so exciting to me watching the windows and doors get routed out because it really makes it feel like an actual house. As we get next to the side of this greenhouse, this has become quite the difficulty in getting everything to get up there and set right, make it work. We're all over the place on how to hold stuff up there, how to get ladders up there. So I think what we might do is have one of us go on the inside while the other one's out here holding it up. Whatever we got to do to make that work. We're going to get the top cut at the 5-degree angle, see if we can get her to slide in and make it all work. All right, there's a lot of guesstimating going on this cut right now. What we've got is the 5-degree, which is what the roof pitch is right now. We want to use a full sheet of this siding over here and it's gonna drop down inside of the greenhouse. So hopefully we'll be able to get it up there and tack it a couple times, and it will be that same degree and still line up on the side. All right, we were able to get this piece up, which I like how this is looking. We're gonna get some concrete screws and screw this guy in right here. And then up here, the angle wasn't right on quite how I liked it. So we're gonna go a little bit different of an angle there. We're gonna do this next one here, very similar to this, and just keep going all the way up. All right, we were able to get these pieces on. We're gonna go up on the top and router that off. That way we don't have quite that little lip like we did the last time. But with the overhang and with the piece of trim that will just slide up there, you'll never even see that anymore. And we'll put another little box in here. All right, we're gonna go inside now, tack up that other sheet, and see how much further we have for that last sheet. We're gonna just put a couple strips across this bottom just to make this even all the way over. The only bummer about this is we're gonna have to concrete screw all of these in. We're gonna tear one more piece down to where this side is gonna match over here. We got this side in here. That'll be real easy to just pop a couple strips on the bottom of that. The next step we've got to do is we got to get our scraper out and clean off these pieces. Otherwise our sheeting isn't going to sit straight. Gonna get those, all these little guys, cut those things off. Then we're gonna get all of our fascia and soffit measured out. And then when we go to Home Depot later this evening, we'll be able to get that all done. This is where things are about to get crazy. We're gonna take these half sheets, set them up there, tack 3 across the middle, and then I want to screw 2 concrete screws in each side. As soon as we put this other one in on this side, we're going to be able to get that really tight, because we're going to put one right in the middle there, and it's going to hold these 2 sheets up really well. Back to the electrical while we are waiting to go get more sheeting. We've got these guys now run up and over and down and around. We're noticing all of the small things that we've missed as we work more and more into the electrical, and I'm guessing into the plumbing. We're going to find out all the little things that we missed in the framing, and then we'll have to stop and fix those before we move forward. That way we don't get too far and then forget. Then when we're trying to either put drywall, hardy board, or anything like that, then it'll be a nightmare, because then we'll have to stop and then screw everything in instead of nail it at that point. We've got a pretty good system going now. We are running our GFIs for our bathrooms, and we're running just the tester line out, over, and down that way. We know how far we're gonna run it before we have to cut it. So that guy comes all the way over into this guy. So this is our main GFI for our bathrooms. He has a home run that goes there. My electrician explained it to me that it can go from home run to the main GFI to that bathroom. We got the GFI for our bathroom wires run in and down to here, and I've got them starting to be punched through all the way over there. I'm all done for today. We'll be back bright and early in the morning. Another load at Home Depot right here. This is the smooth fascia and soffit material. We got 5 more of the grooved ones, all of the light boxes and the light bulbs. It's crazy how real it's actually getting, because things are starting to just go faster and faster and faster. Now that we've got these 2 in, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the boxes. We got a brand new router last night because our other one wasn't working very well. And we gotta punch our holes to start things off with. Let me show you what I already did wrong here. Up here, you can see the trim of the window is right there, and I'm supposed to be following along that. Well, what had happened is that bumped back and I didn't see it, and when I shot my router in there, it bumped the board back. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a screw in there, try to pull that out. That way I can run a flush. We are gonna do a test run here with this window and set it up in here to make sure we like it, make sure things are gonna fit good.
Want me to grab the blower?
Ho, ho, ho. Yo! All right, we just got the first piece of fascia up there now, and you're probably wondering, why did we leave all of that roofing material on there? Well, just the better barrier all the way down and around, and then we'll cut off anything that we don't want with the razor blade. So we tacked 1 in on each side, and what we're realizing that there's a huge gap. Now we have that shot in the right way, so it's nice and clean. We'll staple this up to make that look nice and flush there, and then we're gonna router this piece off of here, and then we're gonna put 1 more little piece of trim on the back here to make that nice and smooth. That looks so good. We are really starting to make some progress here. We've got the fascia and soffit up all the way down this. I'll be honest, this is one of the harder things we've done, holding this up in the air, outside, doing the routering. The amount of windows that are going into this side is insane. We put the sheet up, we have to tack the sheet in, hilty it in, router it out, get it set. This is going to be incredibly cool when it's done because everything's cooler when it's hard to work. We just got the last hole routed out. We got to do just a little bit of work in the top corner there. Oh yeah, we got this whole thing done up. Now we learned a ton on this fascia and soffit already about, we should have put some planks in between those. Now we're gonna come right here to the corner. I didn't know the exact how that was gonna work in the measurement there. So we're gonna work on getting this done right now. All right, that is a crazy angle there in the corner. So we did some guesswork on trying to get the right angle by pulling some measurements. So this part of the cut was done right there. I needed 1 inch more. So I gotta take this, chalk line it to this. All right, hopefully this will be the one. Now I want to talk about just for a second about what happened here. Well, when we're tying these two sides together, these were 2x10s. Well, what happened is we got some of these a little bit shorter here. So all we're gonna do is just run a long strip across this, and I'm just gonna router that out. That way you'll never be able to tell. There'll be caulking going along those lines. So it's a matter of trying to just make it disappear. If you saw the other day when I was on the roof, I cut the line straight down the middle and got those two pieces to be perfect. I'm trying to do the same thing right here with these boards. I'm gonna run this longer piece over it. I'm gonna draw a chalk line right down the middle, and then I'm gonna try to cut straight down that, and I hope it looks good. Now I'm gonna go up on the top and cut straight down and see if I can make it work. Yeah, I'm gonna take it! We are now under the roof right here, trying to figure out how to get these guys to match up like we did this. If I do the same cut and just rip it down, I'm gonna have a big, huge gap in here. So what I'm gonna try to do is give myself some extra line. This is the center line. This is what I'm gonna cut right here to see when it shoots up to make sure that I have enough. So I don't care if I have to cut a couple of these lines. I just wanna make sure I don't put a great big hole right here in my soffit. Love it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been totally crazy. I thought me and Dustin could get this done in one day. Yeah, 3 days ago. We're still not done. It doesn't matter. Thank you for being on the journey. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next video.